Adjon az Isten szebb jövőt, salam alaikum.
Alaikum
I'm really happy to greet two colleagues, friends of mine, sitting behind me in the building of the Council of Europe in Strasbourg. They are the member of the Palestine delegation. As last October, we were really happy to vote for the adoption of Palestinian Authority to be the member of the so-called democracy status. And I would like to kindly ask you to introduce first yourselves at first, in, for example, 1 minute. And after, I would like to ask your opinion about the current Palestinian issues related to occupation, related to the war, related to the land grabbing, which is going against the Palestinian people. So, Dr. Sabella.
I'm Bernard Sabella. I'm a member of the Palestinian Legislative Council, which is the parliament, from Jerusalem. And I am from the Fatah bloc.
Yeah, what's your profession? How can you be involved in politics?
I am a sociologist.
Yes.
And in 2006, the people and I myself decided I will try to go into politics a little bit.
Yes.
Not too much, but a little bit.
Yes, but you have a civil courage, and then maybe it makes you different from the average politicians. Yeah. What about you, Mr. Asaf?
I am Walid Asaf. I am an engineer. I worked in engineering for many years, and I have been arrested in the Israeli prison 3 times during the Intifada.
Congratulations.
And I was working in the United Nations Department of Engineering. Then I was working in the Ministry of Telecommunication as a coordinator or a supervisor there. Then I resigned and I went to the elections. I won in the elections in the Kalkilia district. From Fatah, I am from Fatah group, Fatah movement.
Where is your birthplace? So where is your city?
I am from a small village in Kalkilia district. It's called Kufr Laqif, but I am from Kalkilia city. It belongs to Kalkilia city, Kalkilia district.
Which is the greater part of...
It is in the northern part of West Bank.
Okay, yeah. So I would like to ask your opinion about the accession of Palestine Authority to the cooperation with the Council of Europe, because last October, as I mentioned, I was really happy to experience this really great progress. I was lucky to pose question to Mr. Abbas about the occupation, and first of all, I would like to ask your opinion about about my question, because it was my question was that when Israel was adopted to the members of the UN, the official report promised that Israel is a peace-loving and peace-keeping country, and I asked Mr. Abbas whether the practice is proved or not, this fact. So what are the main issues now in Palestine?
First of all, we are very happy that we are part of the Council of Europe Parliamentary Assembly. Peace to us is really opening up our horizons and getting us to learn of the various experiences that are lived by the various European states. We have 47 European states in this Council of Europe, and therefore this is very important. Unfortunately, the political situation in Palestine today remains the same. We are insisting, President Abbas is insisting on peace, insisting on negotiations, insisting that the political option is the way out, but he's asking Israel for one thing only, and that is to stop settlement and expansion of settlements. And the answer today by Israel is to annex 3 illegal settlements. Mm-hmm. So we are in an impasse with the American elections this year, with Europe being what it is, it seems that we are not being pushed in the political negotiations with Israel. And that leaves all of us in a vacuum, in a void. Yeah. And when you have a void, when you have a vacuum, you don't know what is going to happen next.
Yeah.
And it is not an option really, not for Israel, not for us, to think of future wars. And if there are some in Israel who are thinking that with war they can secure Israel's security and future, I think they are utterly mistaken, because in the final analysis you need to sit down and talk and negotiate and come out with a solution that would meet both the rights of the Palestinians to a state and to have what the international conventions and resolutions have agreed for the Palestinian people.
Yeah. Yeah, the sad reality is that Israel has breached many international relevant resolutions, international law, by setting up this bad wall and keeping the Palestinian people oppressed without ensuring them the right to self-determination. And how can you cope with this in your activity?
Actually, when Israel got its membership in the United Nations about 65 years ago, it was conditioned. This membership, it was under a condition that the other state, the Palestinian state, should be there. And it should.
And is there a Palestinian state? Can we say
until
that?
Until now, there is no Palestinian state. But the question is that Israel occupied the rest of Palestine, and now all of Palestine under the Israel control and occupation. And even the United Nations partition decision, which gives the Palestinian about 45% of Palestine, and gives the Israeli about 52%, and 3% is under international control. This is the partition decision of the United Nations, where Israel got the membership according to this decision.
Yeah.
Now we agreed under the pressure of the international community to accept the two-state solution, which gives the Palestinians a Palestinian state on 22% of historical Palestine.
Yeah.
And even this condition, even this solution is not acceptable by the Israeli.
Yeah.
They are going in a way to build only one state, which is Israel. And in this state, there is 50% of the population who are living between the river and the sea in the historical Palestine are Palestinian. It means that it will be a state, one state, دولة عنصرية.
And apartheid.
Apartheid state.
That's what I wanted to ask you, whether
where 50% of the population are Jews who are controlling everything, and 50% Palestinians who are under occupation, under the control of the other, under the Israeli or Jews.
It's absolutely against the international, and it's really curious. But we were just came out from the hemicycle, where not so long time ago held a really interesting speech the Bosnian-Herzegovina foreign minister about a multi-ethnical state. Bosnia was transformed to a multi-ethnical state. One half of Bosnia is inhabited by Serbs. The other part is by Bosnians and Croats, and they try to live together upon equal right basis. I think that's the most important issue. What about your experience about the so-called land grabbing? Do you have some experience? Because in Hungary, it's now a really dangerous issue that the foreigners try to catch, buy, purchase really many Hungarian soil, which is the fundamental base to be independent. So what's going on in Palestine?
You see, when Israel built its state, or when in 1948, 94% of the lands in that state, it belongs to the Palestinians and those who become after that refugees. And until now, they have the documents of their owner of the land.
And what happens?
Which is inside Israel. They are outside now. They lost everything. They lost their houses. They lost their land. They have the documents of ownership
They are the owners
of that land. In West Bank, which is 22% of historical Palestine, the grabbing of the land is still continued by the Israeli settlers under the protection of the Israeli army and Israeli government and Israeli police.
And is backed by the U.S. policy as well, because
And
in the UN, U.S. is always backing Israel.
With the help and the protection of U.S. and United States and the international assembly, in the United Nations Assembly and in the Security Council and in all the places. And they are giving to the Israel the power, which is the money and the weapons to protect itself, and they are not allowing even the Palestinians to get only the membership in the United Nations. The membership for the Palestinian state, they are using the veto against this. They are using the veto against the resolution in the United Nations to stop the settlements, ask Israel to stop building the settlements. 14 countries in the Security Council, which means all the countries, they supported this decision, but America only, United States, is the only country who used the veto and voted against this resolution. So I think that this grabbing of land, which is going on in West Bank under the slogan of building settlements for the Jews, this is destroying and demolishing the possibility of building a Palestinian state and demolishing and ending the opportunity for any solution
to build up an own agriculture, own economy. So what's your opinion, Dr. Sabella?
Well, I agree with my colleague Walid. I mean, you know, the situation is such that if land grabbing by the Israeli settlers continues, then we are likely to find ourselves in a situation where the two-state solution is no longer valid or possible or feasible. And therefore, we end up with a one-state solution.
Yeah, that's the fait and complete. That's what they would like.
Because you cannot grab more and more land and end up with the Palestinians having a state on only 10% of historic Palestine, and then call this a state, a viable state. You remember when the U.S. president said we need a physically contiguous and viable Palestinian state. Now, we don't have a contiguous Palestinian state. Geographically, we are not linked. And in addition to that, we don't have a viable state. I mean, the Israelis' vision is that for us Palestinians to rule only in our small towns and cities, to run the administration, and to do the dirty work of policing,
but all the other issues are concentrated
controlled
in their
by
hands.
Israel. Whether resources, whether water resources, whether airspace, whether land zoning, and so on. So in a sense, that is not a tenable solution, and in the end, that is going to come back like the boomerang and hit all of us.
We have only 1 minute per person. Just to summarize,
you see the situation there. The situation there is that we are 6 million there, Palestinians, and 6 million Jews, Israeli. We are living together in that land. We have 6 million more Palestinian refugees in the surrounding countries. And the one-state solution, which is a democratic state, we want this, but this is not the choice that Israeli will accept it. So the other choice is the two-state solution, and Israeli is destroying this solution completely. So what's the choice? What the Israeli wants? The Israeli wants to demolish the two solutions. One democratic state, they refuse it, and the two-state solution, they don't want it. So we will keep us only with the continuous of the war only.
Yeah.
That
That's
no
right.
solution,
That's right.
and the problem will continue, and it means no peace, no negotiation, nothing, with no choices Israel left for us.
They enforce the Palestinian people to
They took everything.
protect themselves.
They took
not only
everything,
peaceful solution, because it's no other option. What's your summarizing summary?
My summary is basically the current situation is not a possible situation. We need to move forward. If we do not move forward politically, and if the Palestinians, our Palestinian people, does not get its rights to a state according to UN resolutions and conventions, then I cannot see that we will have peace in that part of the world. And the most we want, and I'm sure the Israelis also want this, is peace.
Yeah.
So the Israelis need to make sacrifice, and they have to remember that we as Palestinians have sacrificed,
not a sacrifice.
have sacrificed 72%, already 78% of the land, of our land, of the land of Palestine.
Yeah.
So without their courage, without their willingness to come out and make the necessary sacrifice from their point of view, then we are going to get stuck, and only conflict and continuing wars and violence will be the end game, and that would be disastrous for all of us in the Holy Land.
Yeah.
I want just to send
Just
a
one
message.
sentence because the time is running.
To send a message from this place.
Yeah.
That we are in the end of the time to build a peace in the area. It is in the end of the time to build a two-state solution. If Israel will continue building the settlement, this will be demolished. So I want to ask the international community and the European countries to do all efforts to stop the settlements and to give the chance for building the Palestinian state beside the Israeli state. Otherwise, we will find that the solution will be destroyed completely.
So I would like to wish you a great luck in your continuous struggle. You are really active here. I'm your partner. As I mentioned in my speech to Mr. Abbas, that the Hungarian freedom-fighting people are really sympathetic with the Palestinian efforts.
Thank you.
And I hope in the next time maybe we will be in a better position.
Thank you
All the
very
best
much.
for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
God bless. Bless time.